readers have been upgraded and will be deployed to all polling units to prevent voter impersonation. We will involve technology in the conduct of elections to prevent fraud. Your votes will count. Join us with the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Let's make Nigeria proud. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). INEC, making your votes count, consolidating our democracy.
Seats in Event Center. Our unique features include a sparkling crystal bar, executive conference hall, a tasty delight restaurant, stop and shop center, a fair view relaxation garden, all-purpose event center, exotic accommodation with free internet browsing and standard swimming pool. For bookings and inquiries, contact us at Majed Kemble Close, off Quarry Road, Post Office, Nta Abeokuta News State, or call 0803 115 5101, 0805 107 5663. Downtown Suites and Event Center, simply excellent.
Àkókò ìsinmi ọdún rèé, StarTimes sì mọ̀ wípé ẹ ó ti máa òǹgbẹ ìgbádùn. Ìdí rèé táwa náà fi máa fún yín ní ìgbádùn àwọn ìtàn mánigbàgbé lákòókò yìí. Bí ẹ bá ṣe ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àjẹtẹ́nu àwọn ìtàn amúnúsọkútù wọ̀wọ̀, la ó máa gbọ́ àbọ̀ àwọn àwòyánú ìtàn amúnirú kí ni ó ṣẹlẹ̀, òun kàyéfì lóríṣiríṣi fún yín. Pabambarì ibẹ̀ làwọn orí amúnirẹ́rìn tàkìtì lórí àga. Kò wá tán síbẹ̀ o, a ó tún fi èrò kún fún yín pẹ̀lú àwọn eré ìtàgé òun ìfẹ́ tọkàn yín fẹ́ gangan. Ẹ sanwó oṣù méjì kẹ́ ẹ kó fáìlàjì nínú owó oṣù kejì, ìyẹn gángan nìtẹ́lọ́rùn StarTimes. Nítorí náà, lákòókò ìsinmi ọdún yìí wá fún ara rẹ, ẹbí àtọ̀rẹ́ lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ìgbádùn pẹ̀lú àwọn ààyò ètò tiwantiwa àti tòkè òkun bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2018 títí di ọjọ́ kọkànlélọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kejì ọdún 2019. StarTimes jẹ́ ìgbádùn ayé díjítà.
Just Hotels by Air Fusion. We are strategically located at Residential Boulevard, Nta Abeokuta, the capital city of the state. Just Hotels and Air Fusion, we give the best of hospitality. From counter reception to catering service, we lead others follow. Our rooms are designed for taste and availability. Diplomatic double, diplomatic suite, deluxe room, deluxe suite, business suite and royal suite are ready for take. Just Hotels by Air Fusion. You can book our facility ahead of your arrival. Our telephone numbers are 0803 720 8713, 0814 888 7708, or 0903 503 7112. Our power generator sustains your phone. Just Hotels by Air Fusion. Chilled, exotic drinks and palm wine are at your beck and call in our bar for your relaxation. Ample space for car park, seminar, conference, wedding ceremony, and other social events is available for comfort and safety. Just Hotels by Air Fusion. With easiest stress with old school generation, 7:30 p.m. second Thursdays every month. Ain't nothing like it. Just Hotels by Air Fusion. Experience ecstasy.
Solid as the rock.
On the news, federal government and National Assembly seek ways to accommodate new minimum wage. Ekiti Election Petition Tribunal upholds Governor Fayemi's election. Stakeholders in the security of the nation have fine-tuning ways of containing crisis in the coming election. Hello and thanks for joining us on the channel 12 News. I am Abisola Pedro DME. Now the news. The federal government, in conjunction with the National Assembly, would have to review upward the 2019 appropriation bill in order to accommodate the national minimum wage of 27,000 naira. Larry John has the rest of the public hearing.
Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed, while making presentation at a public hearing by House of Representatives Hadro Committee on the National Minimum Wage, said that the current proposal was based on 25,000 naira. In his presentation, Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, explained that the national minimum wage is pegged at 27,000 naira, while the federal government, based on the principle of ability to pay, decided on 30,000 naira. He said is clearly spelled in the agreement document of the Tripartite Committee. Chairman, Governors Forum Abdulaziz Yari said the challenge of state governors is the revenue sharing formula, which has remained unchanged despite financial burden. The Speaker, Yakubu Dogara, and Deputy Speaker, Yusuf Lasson, said the bill to amend the national minimum wage has been given accelerated hearing because the National Assembly considers it crucial to the welfare of Nigerian workers.
Still on governance, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the federal government would work with states and the private sector to ensure adequate and steady supply of electricity. This was during the continuation of his visits to Ifakojaye and Ijushaga, as well as Ojokoro communities of Lagos State. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
At Ifakojaye College Road, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo reminded the youth of the need to take advantage of the numerous opportunities abound in farming and the support government is providing for farmers.
Next level, the major issue is jobs. More jobs.
At Idrishaga, the focus is on building infrastructure, especially power and road.
Even Buhari's worst enemy knows that he's an honest man and that he will fight for the common man, that he will fight for young people, that he will not allow anybody to steal the resources of this country. So at the next level, we are going to make sure that we provide all of the opportunities, all of the things we have said.
At Abattoir, hundreds of traders welcomed the Vice President. On each occasion, the candidates under the party are presented to the people.
At it now, before it's still money now, you'll be panicking about why are you talking about. So the issue of corruption has reduced drastically. That's what they are just shouting anywhere. For me and my family, we are for less level.
Bàbá tó lè ṣe ni nítorí òótọ́ ó nira ṣùgbọ́n yóò padà túra.
Here at Ojokoro Market, Vice President Osinbajo says the foundation for better Nigeria has been laid by the Buhari administration and that more money would be made available for market men and women to boost their trade.
Despite earning 60% less revenue, we are doing far more than even the previous government. We are spending 2.7 trillion on capital, the highest in the history of the country, despite earning 60% less.
The people were enlightened on how to cast their votes using the forefinger instead of the thumb to avoid blotting, which may lead to cancellation. In Lagos, today, Odifade, Nta News.
Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun has described good governance as a collective responsibility of those in government and the electorate, which both parties must be ready to play their part with sincerity and sense of patriotism. The governor stated this while addressing APC party supporters at the conclusion of the secretarial campaign tour of Ifo local government area. The Ekiti State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal upheld the election of the governor, Kayode Fayemi. In a unanimous judgment, the chairman of the three-man tribunal, Justice Suleiman Belgore, said the petitioners failed to prove all the allegations of irregularities. The tribunal said the alleged harassment and chasing away of PDP agents at various polling units during the election was found to be untrue. Justice Suleiman Belgore said the petitioners failed to call any witness in support of the criminal allegation during the election. The petitioners, who are People's Democratic Party and its governorship candidate, Professor Kolakpo Olushola Elekas, did not prove their allegation of violence during the election. The tribunal also dismissed all the grounds of the petition for lack of evidence. It held that Dr. Kaude Fayemi, who was sworn in on the 16th of October 2018, was validly elected as the governor of Ekiti State. Now to electoral matters. About 60 reporters drawn from the 14 NTA stations in southern, western, and eastern part of Nigeria are in Benin to sharpen their skills in political reporting in 2019 general election just few weeks away. Ifeoma Okafor, one of them, reports from NTA Benin Hall, venue of the training. Now to security. The security agencies in the country are evolving strategies to curtail pre- and post-election violence. This is at the forum in Lagos, where stakeholders agreed that adequate security arrangement is imperative to stimulate the confidence of the populace in the nation's electoral process. Michael Olaleye now reports. We bring you details of that in the course of the bulletin. Away from security.
Had 5 general elections with each recording pockets of violence. This development, stakeholders say, does not only threaten the country's 20 years of uninterrupted democratic rule, but creates an apathy towards elections among citizenry. This forum, therefore, identifies the crucial role of security personnel in the conduct of credible polls. The European Center for Electoral Support wants security operatives to capitalize on existing interagency relationship in achieving violence-free elections.
It is our expectation that the security forces will display the highest sense of professionalism in handling issues of election security and maintain a friendly and non-partisan disposition that will inspire the confidence of the general population in the electoral process.
With 91 political parties canvassing for over 6 million votes in Lagos State, the Independent National Electoral Commission believes the election is significant based on the volume of logistics to be deployed.
It is an opportunity to prove to the world that the Nigerian democracy is on course, and the power of success achieved in 2015 can be realized if we get it right in terms of security.
Stakeholders jointly resolved to conduct free, fair, and credible elections in line with international standards. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
Away from security, the new executive members of the Radio, Television and Theatre Arts Workers Union, RATAU, NTA Chapter Ogun State, has been inaugurated with a call on them to sustain the cordial relationship that exists between the union and the NTA management. Correspondent Ayuade Lebide reports that the new EXCO is to steer the union for the next 2 years. His report.
That was the newly elected EXCO of the Nta Abeokuta chapter of RATAU, taking the oath of office. The chairman, Comrade Anu Lutayo, who has been re-elected alongside some others for another 2 years, appreciated the members of the union for their belief in his leadership, promising to intensify efforts as enhancing a better working condition and welfare of members. He called for more support from members to ensure success of his administration.
If you are not involved in matters that concern you, whom do you expect to take on your cause or fight for your cause? So I want to encourage members to be involved in union activities.
The delegates from the state chapter of the union urged the new chapter escrows to be civil in agitating for their rights, adding that their participation in unionism shouldn't deter good working relationship with the management of the station.
They should do it as a job, not war. In terms, there is no way management can satisfy the needs of workers.
Earlier, the general manager of the station, Mrs. Fumi Wakama, identified the cordial relationship that exists in the station as reason for the progress made so far. While noting that under her leadership, giant strides have been made in the station, the general manager called for more synergy among staff of the station to take it to the next level.
We understand ourselves, and we all know that whatever we're doing is for the goal of the establishment, how to achieve our set objectives.
The newly inaugurated escrow will steer the ship of the union for the next 2 years. In Abeokuta, Ayuade, Elegbede, Nta News.
Now business news. Central Bank of Nigeria plans to introduce tougher capital rules for banks. For these and more, let's join Karen Ninga on business news.
Business news. The CBN has disclosed plans to introduce new capital rules for the banking sector in the second quarter of the year. The Apex Bank stated that the new requirements will have stricter definitions of capital and will introduce capital compensation and counter-cyclical buffers. In line with the Basel III Global Accords, the implementation of these new regulations could lead to banks raising fresh capital to prevent falling short of the required capital level. Nigerian banks have struggled with non-performing loans, with average NPL as of the half year of 2018 equal to 12.4% of total credit, an improvement from 2017, when the average NPL ratio was close to 15% according to the CBN. Still on business news, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry has joined in calls for the review of automotive policy, which was proclaimed by the Goodluck Jonathan administration in 2013. The LCCI made its position known in a statement issued and signed by its Director General, Mr. Muda Yusuf. The LCCI stressed that 5 years after its proclamation, the policy had not only failed to achieve the desired outcomes, but...
Now entertainment news. Nollywood actress Nta Abeokuta speaks on depression, low pay in the movie industry. Davido reacts to comparison with Wizkid over sold out O2 Arena. For details, let's join Kenneth Wright.
Nollywood actress Nta Abeokuta, popularly known as Sikiratu Sindodo, in a recent post on social media, cried out on how discouraging the pay in the movie industry is. The actress, during a chat with reporters in Lagos, stated during the weekend also shared a view on depression, saying she doesn't have regrets being in the industry, though it has many ups and downs, just like every area of life. She further explains that the pay in the industry is poor and discouraging, and it is passion that has kept her in the industry for this long. You only make money when you produce your own movies, she says. Ordinarily, that shouldn't be so. There is a lot of potential in the industry, and they only need the right support to excel, she further says. Still on depression, she mentions that stars are human too and are also potential victims of depression. She says one must fight it, no matter what it might be, and rise up to life's challenges.
Shawty want $1 million.
Now sports updates. The Executive Committee of Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, has suspended elections into boards of state football associations in the country. For more sports updates, let's join Olawale Salaudin.
Arising from an emergency meeting held on 26 January 2019 to deliberate on important issues of Nigerian football, the Nigerian Football Federation EXCOs resolved in a communique against the backdrop of the nation election taking place between February and March 2019. The Executive Committee resolved that the current electoral process in the local councils and state be suspended immediately. Each football association in the 36 states and the FCT is hereby directed to immediately convene an extraordinary congress to pick a new date between 26 May and 30 June 2019 as the terminal dates for its board and dates for its elective congress. Still on sport news, Ibrahim Ajani lone strike in the 40th minute was all Rangers International FC needed yesterday to defeat Eyimba FC 1-0 to win the Oriental Derby in Enugu on match day 5 of the Nigerian Professional Football League (NPFL). The cathedral, as the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, is known to Rangers, and their legion of supporters erupted in wide celebration when Ajani smashed in Ifeanyi Uche's cross. And that's all on Sport News.
And that's our bit for now. We thank you so much for standing by.
Ẹ kú kalẹ̀, Olúwakẹ́mi Fọ̀rọ̀ṣọ́lú Síkírù ní orúkọ tèmi, ìròyìn ọ̀rẹ́ lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Wọ́n ti yan ìgbìmọ̀ tuntun fún ẹgbẹ́ Àtàwù ẹ̀ka ti iléeṣẹ́ NTA nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn pẹ̀lú ìpè sí àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ náà láti mú ìrẹ́pọ̀ tó wà láàrin ìgbìmọ̀ ìṣàkóso iléeṣẹ́ NTA àti ẹgbẹ́ náà dúró ṣinṣin. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Ayọ̀adé Elégbèdé ló jábọ̀ ròyìn pé ìgbìmọ̀ tuntun náà ni yóò máa tukọ̀ ẹ̀ka ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún fún ọdún 2 gbáko. Ẹgbẹ́ ohun tí ó mú wà síwájú sí.
Ẹgbẹ́ àjọ Rasawu ní iléeṣẹ́ Nta Abeokuta bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe ètò ìbúra ẹni tó jẹ́ alága tuntun tí wọ́n ṣèyàn sípò Àánú Olúṣàìwò pẹ̀lú àwọn ìyókù ni wọ́n fún ní àǹfààní láti tún tukọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ náà fún ọdún 2 mìíràn lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n sọ wípé iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí ó ti ṣe ní sáà tó kọjá ni ó mú kí wọ́n túbọ̀ yàn sípò padà tí ó sì wá ṣèlérí láti rí dájú pé òun jomi tó rọrọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ kàn láti rí dájú pé ìtẹ̀síwájú ni ó ń dé bá gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́. Ó wá pè fún ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ láti lè bá a rí wípé wọ́n ṣe àṣeyọrí nínú ọdún 2 yìí.
Ní àsìkò ohun tí ẹgbẹ́ nílò láti dàgbàsókè ní ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ àti ìgbárùkùtì àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ fún àwọn olórí. Eléyìí ló lè jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa kí a jọ délẹ̀ ìlérí. Mo dẹ̀ ní lérò wípé wọ́n á fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wa láti gbé ẹgbẹ́ náà débi gíga.
Àwọn tí wọ́n ṣojú ẹgbẹ́ náà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ni wọ́n rọ àwọn tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀yàn sípò ní ẹ̀ka ti NTA láti rí dájú pé wọ́n ṣe ohun gbogbo níwọ̀ntúnwọ̀nsì nígbà tí wọ́n bá ń béèrè fún ẹ̀tọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí ó léwájú ní iléeṣẹ́ yìí kí wọ́n sì rí dájú pé wọ́n pèsè àǹfààní fún ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ láàárín àwọn àti àwọn tó léwájú iléeṣẹ́ náà. Ṣáájú ni arábìnrin Fúnmi Wákàmá ti ṣe àpèjúwe bí wọ́n ṣe ń bára wọn ṣe ní iléeṣẹ́ yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun kan tí ó mú kí ìdàgbàsókè kí ó túbọ̀ máa wáyé ní iléeṣẹ́ NTA. Ó wá sọ wípé lábẹ́ ìṣàkóso rẹ̀ wọ́n ti ṣe gudugudu 7 yàrá 6 ní iléeṣẹ́ náà tí ó sì wá pè fún ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ tó túbọ̀ lóòrìn sí i ní iléeṣẹ́ ọ̀hún kí wọ́n bá lè gbé lọ sí òkè àgbà. Àwọn tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀yàn sípò ọ̀hún ni wọ́n yóò tukọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ náà fún sáà ọlọ́dún 2 mìíràn.
Ìjọba àpapọ̀ àti àpapọ̀ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin orílẹ̀-èdè yìí yóò máa ṣe àtúnyẹ̀wò àbá ètò ìṣúná owó ọdún 2019 láti fi àyè gba àtúnyẹ̀wò owó oṣù àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tuntun eléyìí tí wọ́n pè ní $27,000. Alákòóso fún ètò ìṣúná Zainab Ahmed bí ó ti ń ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ nínú ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin níbi àpérò pẹ̀lú àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ kàn nílé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojú-ṣòfin ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àtúnyẹ̀wò owó oṣù àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tó kéré jùlọ. Alákòóso náà ṣàlàyé pé $25,000 ni wọ́n fẹnu kò sí nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tirẹ̀. Alákòóso fún ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àti ìgbanisíṣẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí Chris Ngige ṣàlàyé pé owó oṣù tó kéré jùlọ ọ̀hún ni wọ́n fẹnu kò sí pé ó jẹ́ $27,000 nígbà tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ sọ pé òun ní ìkápá láti san $30,000. Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ náà ṣàlàyé pé àwọn ń bójú wo àbá àtúnyẹ̀wò owó oṣù tó kéré jùlọ ọ̀hún ní kíákíá nítorí pé ilé ìgbìmọ̀ rí i pé òun ní ṣe pé pẹ̀lú ìgbáyégbádùn àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí nígbà tí olórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ Ayuba Wabba sọ pé $30,000 òun ni àwọn sọ pẹ̀lú àsọyépọ̀ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ náà kì í ṣe àbá rárá. Igbákejì ààrẹ Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ti sọ pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ yóò ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ àti àjọ aládàáni láti rí i pé ìpèsè náà ẹ̀lẹ́tíríkì ó ó tó ó sì wà déédéé pẹ̀lú. Èyí wáyé níbi àbẹ̀wò rẹ̀ sí Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè, Ìjú Ṣàgá, Ojú Òkòrò nípínlẹ̀ Èkó. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Jídé Onífádé jábọ̀ ròyìn pé igbákejì ààrẹ Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò rọ àwọn èèyàn agbègbè náà láti dìbò yan aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari bí ètò ìdìbò tí ń bọ̀. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn Ìbíkúnlé Amósùn ti ṣe àpèjúwe ìjọba tó dára gẹ́gẹ́ bí ojúṣe gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe ìjọba àti àwọn olùdìbò, eléyìí tí ó sọ pé olúkálùkù gbọdọ̀ ṣe tán láti kó ipa tiwọn pẹ̀lú ìfarajìn. Gómìnà sọ èyí di mímọ̀ bí ó ti ń bá àwọn olólùfẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ APC sọ̀rọ̀ níbi ètò ìpolongo ìbò rẹ̀ fún ipò aṣòfin àgbà fún àárín gbùngbùn ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn níjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ifọ̀, bí ó ti ń rọ àwọn èèyàn agbègbè náà láti dìbò yàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí Muhammadu Buhari gẹ́gẹ́ bí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Ìgbìmọ̀ tó ń gbọ́ tó ìròyìn wa kò ní jù báyìí lọ, ẹ pàdé wa fákọ̀tún ó dìgbà.
Clemson television hoton tó pàdé tọ̀nẹ̀tọ̀ Abẹ́òkúta nínú lọ́nìtàn Lawrence Gandonu. Dọ̀dọ́pọ̀ lùtò àsọ̀rọ̀ àdópọ̀lẹ̀ pé òṣèbọ̀ ọ̀dàwọ̀ pété àyítì ẹ̀tọ́ pé wẹ́ ẹ̀lẹ́sùn àdódóbò sọ̀dẹ̀ lẹ́sùn gàdánà náà tó fọ́ àpapọ̀ pé 2019 tọ̀ fún gbọ́mọ̀tẹ̀ cleote náà súsú sọpẹ́ ìwékú gan ìbá sí àpẹ́ náírà fọ́tọ́ dòlòkù àtọ́nùpọ̀ òwe lọ́sọ̀rọ̀sọ nìyí tó nínú ètò ètò fúnẹ̀ ẹ̀rìngọ̀ dọ̀ àyè sísí pé wà nìkan dúpọ́ pé lẹ́sùn gàdàbọ̀ sọ́bà sí àdúgbò abẹ́bìkẹ́ náà pẹ́rẹ́ ìwé sìgá yín súsú náà yìí má tẹ̀ fọ́ọ̀gù rẹ̀. àlọ́gbọ́tọ̀ àyè tẹ̀gàtọ̀ Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò dọ̀dọ̀ tó gbọ́dọ̀ láwàsọ fẹ́kúfẹ́kú kó àyè má tẹ̀lé kó gọ́nà àhàrà dátìgbòtò gbẹ́mọ̀dọ̀mọ́ àhólùmọ́ ẹ̀lẹ́tíríkì ìmọ̀nà pẹ̀lú protein náà sì sá tòsútòsí tọ̀tò àyè tẹ̀lé ẹ̀dọ̀kọ̀ òpèlú ètòsòsì dọ̀nà kan gbọ́gbọ̀ lápọ̀sọ̀ ètò bùbá sí pé èfò búbúlá fúnilá ètò sísẹ́wà kó tó dàlí dé ìfàkọ̀ ìjàyè pé ìjú ìṣàgàpọ̀ lọ́sílọ́sún gọ́nà òjòkòrò sí tòmẹ́lẹ́tọ̀ àwọn ìlú látẹ̀lẹ̀. òpè kan kéto ṣíṣe òpè dópa àyè mátẹ̀gbá sí òfòfin ìgbàtò Èkìtì yìí mátẹ̀lẹ̀ kó ẹ̀yìn lẹ́kàn dògbọ́ngbọ́ndọ̀ àyè mátẹ̀gbá Káyọ̀dé Fáyẹmí wọ́n yìí mẹ̀ ibi ọkọ̀mẹ̀ tó fò bíbélà lọ́pọ̀nù yìí pọ́ òkúlẹ̀ bó àdùsí mùsọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀dọ́ àmìyàn gbọmọdọ̀mọ́ ńlọ wọ́n lẹ́tọ̀bùrú tètè. ògbẹ́ ní àyè sísí àsán wà dóòlù dítọ́ ògbẹ́ mi lọ wàsán tó rédíò jí tẹlifíṣàn pé fa fún òun dàtọ́rẹ̀ ìbá sí àhàrà tẹlifíṣàn ọ̀dàn tó pọ́n gbòtọ́ tó ògbòrú mẹ́tẹ̀lẹ̀ wọ́n yìí kò hàn fún àyè náà bó sọ̀rọ̀ fún yàwó náà pé àpádóyúrọ̀ yìí pé nàdọ́mọ̀dọ̀ yìí hàn fún àyè gbọ́ngbọ́n náà wà dópọ̀ mọ́tọ̀lọ́tọ̀ èkó tó ṣèṣì dẹ́nu kan nìṣìnìṣìn tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ògbẹ́lọ́tọ̀ pé àkọ́bù ti tọba sítọ́ NTA tọ̀ pé ìròyìn tọ̀ nítọ̀ Ayọ̀adé elégbèdé ẹ̀rín gbọ́dọ̀ àyè sísì yọ̀wọ́ lọ wọn náà kù náà fọwọ́ bí ògbẹ́lọ́tọ̀ náà òpè àwẹ̀ pápá lóòtù sí i tó hóhùn ìdàmì àsìkò jìnnà tó yọ̀yọ́ àánú olúwa dópàgbé bẹ́ẹ̀ni náà wà sọ́tò gbígbọ́mẹ̀ náà nìkan yìí ògbẹ́lọ́tọ̀ ẹ̀rọ pẹ̀lú ìrìnkiri lọ́tọ̀ dépò sọ́sọ̀sọ̀ tó kú náà gáwọn ìpótọ́ sí nǹkan mi kákàjọsọ̀ gbogbo dọ́dàgbé lóṣù wẹ̀dẹ́nu.
Welcome to NTA Channel 12 News for the Deaf. I am Shei Ogunbayo. Now news in detail.
At Ifako-Ijaye College Road, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo reminded the youth of the need to take advantage of the numerous opportunities abound in farming and the support government is providing for farmers.
Next level, the major issue is jobs. More jobs.
At Idrishaga, the focus is on building infrastructure, especially power and road.
Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed, while making presentation at a public hearing by House of Representatives Hadro Committee on the National Minimum Wage, said that the current proposal was based on 25,000 naira. In his presentation, Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, explained that the national minimum wage is pegged at 27,000 naira, while the federal government, based on the principle of ability to pay, decided on 30,000 naira. He said is clearly spelled in the agreement document of the Tripartite Committee. Chairman, Governors Forum, Abdulaziz Yari, said the challenge of state governors is the revenue sharing formula, which has remained unchanged despite financial burden.
That was the newly elected exclusive of the Nta Abeokuta chapter of Rataru, taking the oath of office. The chairman, Comrade Nta Abeokuta, who has been re-elected alongside some others for another 2 years, appreciated the members of the union for their belief in his leadership, promising to intensify efforts as enhancing a better working condition and welfare of members.
If you are not involved in matters that concern you, who do you expect to take on your cause or fight for your cause? So I want to encourage members to be involved in union activities.
The delegates from the state chapter of the union urged the new chapter exclusives to be civil in agitating for their rights. Earlier, the general manager of the station, Mrs. Fumi Wakama, identified the cordial relationship that exists in the station as reason for the progress made so far. One was that's under her leadership.
Join us again tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Good night.